Opportunity is not always obvious, but sometimes it finds its way to us anyway. And all we have to do is be in the right place at the right time and be ready. This is Invitation to Invest. From Invest Dominica Authority, we are focused on investors in Dominica, their stories, and how you can invest in Dominica, the ideal Caribbean investment destination, a place of promise, a destination of integrity. My name is Elias Dupi, and I'm the Investment Promotion Officer for Invest Dominica. And in this episode, we meet and speak with Miss Joy-ann Alie, who is the owner of PlantScape. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what that means, how she got into the business, and a massive win that her business recently experienced, thanks in part to Invest Dominica Authority. Ms. Alie was a participant in an inward investor mission which Invest Dominica Authority hosted earlier this year, and she got to meet with investors and entrepreneurs from the neighboring French islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe. And while there, one of her meetings started a process that has allowed her to put her one-year-old business in front of a whole new audience. So hi Joy-ann, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks, and you?
Awesome. It's great to have you with me today. And I want you first to tell me a little bit about PlantScape. Where did it come from? What is the idea behind the business? What does the business do?
I started PlantScape a little over a year now. Basically, it came from a passion of mine for plants. Well, my mom, she's the one who basically introduced me to all of this. She's call it a plant mom. That's the term we use. And growing up, being exposed to that gave me the opportunity, you can say, to basically develop a green thumb. So I'm very good with planting and nurturing of plants, different varieties and all of that. And how all of this began was I actually used to create handmade planters or pots as gifts for family and friends, during special occasions like Christmas and birthdays. So I would create them and design them, in my own unique way. And I would gift it to them, and eventually, like I would get great reviews and stuff, and they would be like, "Oh my God, this is so cool! Like, why don't you sell them?" And I'll be like, "No, it's just a gift." But at the time, I wasn't thinking of it as an actual business, and eventually it dawned on me that this is something that I can actually monetize, although it's a hobby of mine, but I can actually develop it into something lucrative. And that's when I took the initiative to actually start a business and expand it in the sense where I actually create larger planters, different designs. And right now I'm not only doing cactus and succulents, I have actually expanded to a larger variety of other plants as well. So it all came about from a passion, having a hobby, and monetizing it.
So tell me, Joy-ann, what has that process been like for you, and what have you learned?
Oh, it's been really cool. I have learned a lot because I had absolutely no knowledge, starting a business. So I basically had to learn everything on my own. Well, start from scratch and build it all the way up to where it is now. I do everything on my own in terms of managing my social media pages, that is Facebook and Instagram, the marketing aspect of it, creating my planters, the designing, the packaging, the delivery, taking orders, creating invoices, all of these things. I do it on my own. And it has been a really interesting and fun journey. For me, it doesn't even feel like work. It's actually fun to do. I look forward to meeting new people all the time, customers, even interacting with people on a daily basis. It's been good.
So tell us a little bit about you. What was your experience like at the Inward Investor Mission hosted by Invest Dominica? And what are some of the things that you're happy about that happened there?
My experience at the meeting was a really great one. I had the opportunity to interact and secure, well, as you know, a great partnership with Mr. Francis Martin and Ms. Mano Barde. Mr. Martin is the CEO and founder, and Ms. Barde is the CEO assistant. They represent an e-commerce platform called Tutila. It was good. Initially, I wasn't too sure exactly what they were looking for, but it was only after I described my business and I gave them, all the insight that they required, that they told me that this is exactly what they were looking for, because their platform it's more based on decor, like interior decor. So my handmade planters, because they are unique, and I suppose the creative aspect of it is something that can enhance interior spaces. So it was actually a great fit for them. Yeah, and I figured, a partnership like that would allow me to utilize Tutila as a platform to market and offer my products for sale. Especially as I am an e-commerce entrepreneur, it also affords me the opportunity to reach a larger audience because of the sheer volume of customers that it draws. So access to that audience is very valuable for me. And I'm hopeful that this platform will attribute to the prosperity of my business in the long run.
And how did that make you feel, given how much time and effort that you've put into your project so far and the total amount of investment that you've made?
I was so excited. I I tried my best to compose myself. But initially it was like, whoa, this is really happening. And when they gave me, a lot of insights about their business and, how it has been for them so far, I was like, whoa, this is really big because, it is a very lucrative endeavor in terms of increasing my sales and the exposure in terms of marketing, especially on an international level. So I was very, very elated, very humble though, but very excited for that.
And what sort of words of advice would you have for other clients of IDA? Would you encourage them to participate in events like these in the future?
I would say to someone who is looking or is in search of an opportunity to always be on the lookout. It's a thing where your eyes always have to be open because you never know when that opportunity can come knocking on your door, and you have to seize it. The moment that you recognize an opportunity where you can start a business or even develop it or gain some form of exposure, you should definitely act upon that. Don't wait, because you never know when an opportunity can come by again. So it is important to be very action oriented and try your best to put your best foot forward at all times. Sometimes we walk into certain experiences or situations not even knowing what will be the outcome, but you just have to be hopeful and take that bold step. It's not easy to start a business, I must say. There was a lot of doubt surrounding my experience before I started, I was kind of in a back and forth because I was wondering, well, can this really be lucrative? Can I really make money from this? Will it be something that people will really go for and patronize? And at one point I said, you know what? I'm just going to take that leap of faith. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then I'll move on to something else. And I took that leap of faith. And I must say that it has been working very well for me so far. And like I said, I meet a lot of people, my customers on a daily basis. I'm usually a reserved person, if you know me personally. And, having my own business and operating my own business has afforded me the opportunity to kind of step out of my shell a bit, because I get to interact, I get to meet people, I get to even consult with people with regards to their plans, office spaces, that kind of a thing. So generally, you just have to be bold, you have to be brave, you have to go after what you want.
Thank you so much, Joy-ann. Thank you for spending time with us, and thank you for sharing with us. This has been Invitation to Invest, a podcast from Invest Dominica. If you want to learn more about Invest Dominica, visit www.investdominica.com. Learn about why Dominica is the ideal Caribbean investment destination. And don't forget to join us next time when we speak with Kimberly King, the Destination Marketing Manager for Discover Dominica Authority, as she shares with us how Dominica got ranked number 1 among many other Caribbean islands by Travel and Leisure. Don't forget to check out some of the articles on investdominica.com, where you can find out even more about the services that Invest Dominica offers, as well as some of the incredible investment opportunities that exist right here in Dominica. You know how Discover Dominica promotes Dominica to visitors? Well, Invest Dominica does the same thing, except we promote Dominica to investors looking for a beautiful Caribbean island with an English speaking, hardworking, talented workforce. We hold the hand of the investor from business registration to their first customer and beyond. Plus, we facilitate fiscal incentives like duty-free concessions, value-added tax concessions, tax holidays, and more. We're focused on attracting businesses in the knowledge sector like call centers, tourism sector like accommodation and adventure tours, organic agribusiness and aquaculture sector like freshwater fish farms which use new technologies to transform the world's first sector, and the renewable sector like solar farms. Visit www.investdominica.com or call 448-2045 to learn more.